Hi, my name is Elizabeth Knoll, and I work in System SSL. Today, I'm here to talk to you about TLS and SSL Cipher Lists. What is a default cipher list? Well, if you've ever been perusing a TLS RFC or other TLS-related documentation, you may have come across a string that looks something like this. Or you may have seen a string that looks something like this. Now you may notice that both of these strings contain the same information. However, the top string is buffered by some additional zeros. They're both examples of a cipher specification string, which, and you may guess this from the name, specifies the ciphers available to you during TLS processing. The only difference between the two is that the top one is a 4-digit cipher specification string, and the bottom is a 2-digit cipher specification string. The values within these strings are defined by a TLS RFC as a 4-digit hexadecimal value. However, many of the ciphers commonly used contain only 2 digits, so System SSL provides you the option of using a 2-digit cipher specification string. However, with some of the newer algorithms, such as elliptic curve algorithms, you would need the full 4 digits. So we provide the option of the 2-digit cipher specification string and the 4-digit cipher specification string. So how does System SSL process this list? Well, let's say we have a client and a server. And they're trying to connect using an RSA certificate. The client's going to send over its list of supported ciphers, and let's say that this is that list. Now, before even looking at that list, the server's going to say, okay, we're using an RSA certificate, so we need ciphers that support RSA, which happens to be those ciphers. So what the server does is it goes through the list and removes any ciphers that aren't RSA ciphers. It then goes from left to right in order to find a match with the client. So 3.5 is not a match, 3.9 is not a match, 2fox, you have a match. So 2fox is the cipher that will be used. So from a security perspective, it's important to note that if you are using something other than the default cipher list, the contents as well as the order are important. So now you might be asking, yes, but what does that number mean? Well, each number matches to a series of algorithms used in things like symmetric encryption, message authentication, and key exchange. So for example, cipher 2fox is 128-bit AES encryption with SHA-1 message authentication and RSA key exchange. Here's a list of all the ciphers currently supported by System SSL. However, if you'd like to look at these definitions in greater detail, you can find them in the System SSL publication, along with the current default cipher list used by System SSL. Enterprise Knights of IBM Z, providing educational insights to the security and integrity of our platform.